So hello guys, again welcome to Lithic YouTube channel. So today we are going to learn React Bootstrap, okay, and also we try to build a full website with React, okay. So today we're going to build a coffee shop website live, okay. After that I'm going to provide you the code, nothing to worry, okay. So let's start. So before we go to the coding part, we should know what is the React Bootstrap. So what do you mean by Bootstrap? Bootstrap is an inbuilt CSS framework, okay, you can say that. So by which you don't need to make, for example, there is already predefined designs are there. For example, if I go to the get started and see if I find, for example, theme, see, so this flat button will be built with this simple code, okay. We can copy the code and paste it, simple, like color mode. See, this drop down button we can build with simple this code, okay, simple already built in code. So this class, this idea are already built in, okay. For example, if I want to go to the grid section, see, if I want to make a grid like this, okay, so you just copy the code and all done. So it is very easier to master. It is not a complicated thing, and it is made because, for example, our client came to you and asked to build a website in one night. So what will you do? That's why this is the thing by which you can easily build a website. So now we're going to open the VS Code, okay. So VS Code, so we're going to open it, okay. Now we are already in a folder, so let's open a folder, that is, and now in terminal we're going to create a new folder, React folder, that is npx create React app coffee shop, okay. So now it will take some time to create the folder, just wait a minute, okay. It has been created, right? So this is the route folder, so this is the coffee shop folder. So now we're going to open this folder, that is only the coffee shop, okay. Now we're going to delete some extra files again, same as before. So we want to do from basics, okay. That's why I'm deleting the extra files, so that you feel much comfortable, right? You can follow easily. So I'm just starting from the basic actually. So index.css, or just you can just delete it, because we are going to use the Bootstrap, right? So I'm deleting, removing it, and also this not needed. So all good to go. So first of all, let's check it by each one. Okay, hello React world. Okay, now I'm going to open the terminal, and inside the terminal, for example, npm start, right? Just wait a second, it is going to start soon, okay. So see, it's already starting, and allow, and see, boom, right? So hello React world is all good to go. So now we're going to go to our website, that is the how we can first, we're going to see introduction, go to the introduction and see how we can install it, okay. So this we have to copy it, simple copy. I'm going to divide the terminal and then just copy it and install it, okay. So it's done with installation, okay. So see, if you go to this package.json, and you will be able to see the Bootstrap, right? See Bootstrap and Bootstrap, okay. So for that we need to import the Bootstrap, okay. So we can do import slash node modules slash, that is Bootstrap, okay, and slash dist, okay, and slash css slash bootstrap dot mean dot css. So if you go to this, you will be able to understand. See, just save it, and see if you see, it will be changed soon. See the color has been changed. So we have successfully import our React Bootstrap, right? So now we can easily do the things, that is, for example, let's create to make a navbar, right? What is a navbar? The heading part, go like this navbar, right, with logo. So let's choose a navbar from here. For example, let's do one thing, let's make this navbar, okay. For example, I want this type of navbar, or simple I can do the same thing with this navbar, okay. Let's copy it and let's make a file, okay. For example, head.jsx, and import React, and inside under React we're going to call this, okay. So this is the heading part, okay. So see the Bootstrap, for example, whatever the coffee machine name, so let's put instead of a heading, we can put image also, right? Image. So in image src we need some logo image, right? So let's call the coffee logo. Okay, if we call it, see, we can get many logos are there, right? So for example, let's take this logo. Okay, let's take this simple logo. Okay, so we're going to copy the image address. So for example, open an image address. So now copy this, and under this we're going to paste it. Okay, now if I click on save, nothing will be shown in the desktop because we haven't imported the thing, right? So let's, instead of example, let's make it head. Okay, and here also head. And now if I go to the index, now I'm going to import head from head, and before that is the head part. Now save it, and it will compile successfully. Now see, we got our logo, right? So but we need to make it smaller, right? So how we can do that? Simple, with the inline styling, right? So style height should be 200, for example 100 pixel. If I click it, save it, see, now it will be smaller, right? Now I want more small, right? For example 70, about 70 pixel. And if I click it, see, 70 pixel, and it's fine, right? Now it says please fine, but instead of image we can also do this a coffee. So just go to this coffee emoji, simple emoji or something. For example, okay, let's take this emoji. Okay, and copy this, and let's make it like coffee hub. Okay, now I'm going to do this. Now if I go to this and see, this is the coffee hub. See, logo has been created. Now let's make the styling of this. Instead of heading, we can do that. For example, H6. Okay, and inside this H6 I'm going to paste it. Got. And inside this I'm going to paste it. Now it will be all fine, good to go. Now see, this has been changed, right? So now we can also make it style, like for example font style, and this make it italic. Okay, let's make it italic. See, it has been italic. And now let's make a font size. Okay, now in font size we make, let's make no need to font size, we can also do that. Font family, if you go, see, there is many family, right? So for example I want fantasy, and inside font italic let's give solid. So it has been italic, and okay, I'll go to, so style, you will get many style, right? So you see normal, italic, inline. Okay, I'm going to do italic, and then there is a, if you go to the font, see, there's a font size, then there is a font family, font weight, and in font weight you can give, that is solid. Okay, for example I can give bold also. So what will happen, it will become bolder, right? See, okay, now we can also give the color, right? Color what you want to give, like for example brown. And now if I go to this, see, it has been converted to brown. So let's make some, it's bigger. Okay, let's, instead of 5 6 we can do that 4, and it will make much bigger. See, okay, now it's, to make it in left side, right side, we have to give, for example ml to ms. Okay, and now save it, and see, it has been in right side, right? So now we have ready with our navbar, right? So now let's, what page you want, like home page I want, about page I want, right? And then what other thing I want, for example this is the action, right? Drop, instead of drop down we want menu. Okay, menu card, for example cold coffee. So here will be a cold coffee of varieties, right? Now if I click on this action, now for example heat coffee, adult coffee, and here can be cold coffee, for example, cold coffee. So we have created three categories, right? And now let's remove this item. For now we don't need it. So after we go to this, see, so in menu create coffee, adult coffee and cold coffee, right? So these are the menu part. Now after that we're going to make the pages, right? We need to make the pages about page. How are we going to look, right? Now new file about.jsx, okay? And now inside the about, how you want to take a look. For example, we have to first import React. Now function about, now return. So now we can do, like for example, we can do call, that is each one, right? For example, about page, and that after that export default for default about. Now we're going to create in calling the main file, that is import about from about. And now, sorry, instead of calling here we need to call here, okay? Now if you see, when I clicking it, nothing will happen, right? But where I have to go? So simple, inside the home is that, and now go to the about, okay? Now see what will happen if I click on this about. See, it has been changed to about, okay? Now we can do the same thing with simple about, okay? And now if I click it, see example about, okay? Now why I want this to be, whenever I click about, it should change to the about page. How we can do that? So clicking, I know, so we have to do that. For that we need another thing, that is a app.jsx, and here we're going to import something, that is import what? Import React DOM, React, okay, React router. So we need that. So we're going to need that. For example, we're going to download it, okay? So inside this we're going to import two things, React, and another is that import React for simple router, okay? So React DOM. But here we're going to import something else, not only the only router. For example, browser router, and then routes, and then route, okay? So these three things you have to import, okay? Now we're going to make a function app, and inside this we're going to call, that is return browser router. Inside this we're going to make routes, and each route will be route, okay? Now inside route we have certain things, that is path. So path means where you have to go. So whenever it goes to the this, and element should be, for example, like about page. When I click on about, for example, import about from about, and inside let's call about, okay? Now if I export it, export default. Now we're going to add this, okay? For example, this home page, right? So header page. So now we're going to create a home page also, right? So home.jsx, okay? And inside this home.jsx, what we can do, simple import React, and inside this React, now we're going to also make a function, that is function home, okay? Inside this home, let's make a normal function, that is, okay, hello each one. Okay. Now what we're going to do in this head thing, we're going to import in the home page. Okay, simple, we can do that in about page. Just import this in React.js, that is import, that is head. Now before this we're going to each one head, that is head. We can do this simply by instead we can import in home page. Okay, for example import, for example head, and inside this I'm going to import head. Okay, all good. Then we're going to export it. Okay, export default home. Okay, now we're going to index, we're going to instead of about. So home page all done, right? So now instead of index we're not going to also head, so simply we're going to import the app. Okay, import app from app. In app we should need to also import, that is home page. Okay, and now inside the home page, now we're going to copy the home page, right? For example this, let's copy it, and inside this we're going to write, instead of about we're going to write home, and inside about we're going to show. All good to go. And now let's import, that is app. Now it's good to go, and let's start this thing. Okay, npm start. It will start in seconds. Okay, now if you see, wait a minute. Okay, so now if I go to the about page, see about page, right? Now if I go to the home page, see home page is already there, right? So hello home page, and if I go to the about page, see about page. So I think you got the idea how we can easily we can navigate, right, through React router. So now our main task is, so let's remove this. Okay, then it will make more perfect thing. For example home page, about page, about page. Okay, see in about page is not coming, right? So we can do that. We can see simply we can create a home page instead of it's inside the head, right? Now we can do that. We simply remove it, and instead of home page, let's not import here. Okay, and if see, now you will see nothing will come, right? So home page and about page. So about, if I go to the about, it's showing about page, right? But I need to get this navigation. So what I'll do, simply import header, head from head, and here I'm going to add this header. Okay, now if I go to this, see it's all there. Now about, see about page also is coming, home page, about page, right? So it's all good to go, right? Now let's do one thing. Now let's make some pages. Okay, now what are the pages? See, home page we can design, right? So how can we design the home page? Simply by, if you go to the this, let's see, our home page should be like, for example, a coffee shop. Welcome to coffee shop, right? Welcome to our coffee shop. Okay, and now if I click it, see welcome to coffee shop. If I go to the home page, sorry, something not very good. See home page, because let's see, go to the head, and inside this, see coffee home, it should be slash. Okay, slash, and inside this also it should be slash. Okay, and if you go to this again, now if I click it, see home, coffee. Okay, it's good to go. And about page. Okay, about page. Now we can do one thing, simply make this home page. Okay, so now welcome to coffee shop. See, if you go to this, see in home page you will see welcome to coffee shop. Now we have to make it center, right? So how we can do that? We can also use, that is style sheet. Okay, style text align center, right? And if you see, it's centered, right? Welcome to coffee shop. Okay, now let's do one thing. Now we can do that. Simply go to this base code, and we're going to add grid. Okay, simple, go to this grid formats, just copy, not whole thing. Okay, just we're going to copy these things. Okay, and import here only. Okay, in home, inside home. Okay, and now we're going to, now we need something, right? This container. Okay, So this container we need, and now inside this base code we're going to use this container. Okay, all good to go. Now inside this we need something, right? Inside this, so how we can do that? We need code. For example, let's search code here. Okay, now code. Simple. See, this is the card, so we're going to import. So how it going to look? So I need a proper card. Okay, if I search, see this thing we want, right? Simple card. So this is perfect, right? So this is the thing we want. So we're going to import this. Okay, so import here. Okay. Now after that we're going to go to this and going to add this card body. Okay. Now going to import inside this. Okay. Inside this. Okay. Now see, we can add some titles. Okay. For example, so instead of copying and pasting each and every time, we can use something like card. Okay. For example, card.js. So we're going to use the props concept here. Okay. So see, we're going to just copy the whole thing. Okay, here whole thing, and inside this we're going to copy it, and instead of this we're going to use card and card, but here instead of this pages, what are we going to do? Simple a props method. Okay, see what happened. Card has already been declared. Okay, so don't worry. So cards, let's give name cards. I think it will be fine, right? See, absolutely fine, because there is already card, so it's giving us error. That's the thing. So gives the props. Okay, and inside this, see, inside this we're going to use JavaScript object. So props dot title. Okay, simple title. And here we're going to use another props, that is props dot image src. Okay, and here we're going to use, instead of image, we're going to use another JavaScript, that is props dot simple what description. Okay, description, and here should be the, for example, we need price tag, right? So props dot price, same thing we have good with thing. And now inside home page we're going to not going to import anything, so we're going to just remove this. Okay, and remove this, and we'll just control Z. Okay, so it's good to go. And now here, instead of importing the whole card, we can just import card. Okay, cards. And now inside this, what are we going to do? Cards, and now this. Okay, now if you see, if I click on simple, that is, for example, title equals to, for example, what is given here, the title, right? So the first thing is title, so this should be there. So home, we can do thing like we can double tap and click here the cards. Okay, so that we able to understand. So just okay, so here will be the cards and here will be the home page. Okay, so it will be easy for us. So for example, the first copy, for example, give us the, for example, let's search some coffees. Okay, coffee. Okay, now go to this coffee image and see here some coffees are there. So we're going to just, if we go to visit this, for example, what is this? This is the cappuccino, right? Now if I go to just copy this name and paste here. Okay, and now also the image, now is the image src. Okay, what is the image src? And if I go to this and just copy the image, okay, open image in new tab, and this is the image. I'm just going to copy it and paste it. Okay, see, if I save it, see, we'll see it is updating, right? So this is the coffee, right? So now we want another thing, that is the description, right? So that is the description is equals to, for example, I want the description of this coffee, so just visit here. So you will be able to see this. I just click on this, and here you will be able to see some description, right? A cup of coffee with this. Okay, now just paste here. Okay, this description, and that's all good to go, right? And the last thing is the price. Okay, so price we have to give, that is for example $300 $20. Now see, the price is there, price is clickable, the cappuccino. The same thing with this thing. Okay, just copy this code function. Okay, and now paste it here. Okay, and after that just paste here. All good to go. And if you go to this, see, all images same, but we need to change the images, right? So just go there and you will be able to see. So just go back to this, and if I go to this, see, caffeine or mocha, see, this is a mocha, and just paste here the name, simple, and here go again and just copy the image address and just paste here. Okay, paste here and save it and just give it $30. Okay, and just go to the another image. For example, I want this image, for example this one. Okay, so just drink coffee, just give any kind of name. Yeah, so this is the drink coffee, and this should be the image. Copy image address and just put the images inside this. Okay, and now instead of $20 I give 30 and just give it $15. Okay, now if I go to this, see, okay, see, it has been completely changed because this image is bigger, that's why it's becoming like a tall. Okay, so see, all good to go, right? So all code has been added. See, home pages are working, about pages are working. So about pages we haven't designed. So now let's do one thing. We haven't added some menus are there. So Kid Coffee, nothing is happening. If I go to the adult coffee, nothing is happening. Cold coffee is nothing happening. So you need something to what? We need some transition and navigation, right? We want categories. So for that we're going to build some categories, and here we're going to use a new folder, for example categories. Okay, categories, and so for example I have, so simple give it catalog. Okay, the simple catalog. Okay, simple shorter form, and inside this we're going to make like new file, a Kid Coffee kid.jsx, and here we're going to add simple this function only. We're going to for example if I copy it, okay, copy this whole thing, and inside this kid I'm going to paste it. Okay, and just change the name from kid. Okay, and here also the kid, and all good to go, and just welcome to Kid Coffee. Kid Coffee. Okay, now Kid Coffee, and here is, see, if I want to categorize, simple. Okay, so it should be, so it should be the capital L. Okay, and it should be also there. I think it's all good to go. Now for example, now if I go to the app page, where is the app page is, now if I go to the, if it's route, for example routing, if it's go to the kid section, it should be passed the info. First import, okay, now see, we have imported it. Now it should be kid. Okay, and now I'm good to go. But one thing we have to update, that is that inside the head page we have to get like this one, and now if I go to this again, so what has happened, that is the SRC kit 6. Okay, if I go to this, see, oh, because we haven't import, see, is not able to import, because import something we have to do, import cards. See, now it's good to go. See, okay, now if I go to this and just go to the menu and Kid Coffee, see, welcome to Kid Coffee, right? So it's good to go. And if I go to the home page you can design, right? You can design the home page, and about, this is the kit. And now if I want the adult, for example adult.jsx, yes, adult.jsx, and after that we're going to just go to this, just copy this whole thing. Okay, and just copy and just paste it. Okay, now we're going to adult, and here adults. Okay, so I'm going to, sorry for I made a mistake, this should be the code. Okay, should be the code. Okay, And if you go to this, and if I go to the head page, and inside this I'm going to add adult, and now adult will be there, but we have to pass it, right? So go to this app page, head page, and it's good to go, but we have to go to the app page, and then we have to import, that is adult from adult. Okay, now we're going to we're going to copy this and paste it, and inside this we're going to just copy, that is adult. Okay, now it's good to go, but we need to do this. Okay, now if I go to the web page and if I click on adult, see this has been changed, and coffee. Okay, so now I can change the images of the coffee. For example, if I go to this and if I want this image, okay, and just from this one, let's do this. So coffee image address, and just in adult, just change those things, and just image source. Just see, I think it will be changed. This hasn't changed. So I think you understand how we can build this categories also, and how you can design the homepage. Okay, so in second part you will able to see the whole design, how we can design our website.